Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you are back for a crochet catch up. And I didn't do one of these last week because there wasn't really a lot to show. Now this week, there are only 2 projects that I am going to show you. But if I do say so myself, I think I have done quite a bit of progress on both. Now, I know that I have several projects lined up in the near future that are going to distract me away from these bigger projects a little bit. So I thought while I had the chance, I was going to hyper focus on these 2 to get a good chunk of progress made. But also, I just was in the mood to focus on these 2. Now, you all know that I have taken the stance this year that I am not going to be putting any undue stress or pressure on myself. I want to enjoy my crafting and I want to do what brings me joy and happiness and makes me enjoy the crafting that I am doing. So this week it turned out that it was these 2 projects that brought me the most joy and that I felt I wanted to work on the most. So it may not be a very long video, but you will be able to see quite a bit of progress on these items, like I've said. Now, the first item is the Yuletide blanket that I am doing for my Spinny Selection number 2. It is a pattern by Tina Thorodottir Thorvalda. And I butcher that every time I say it. In fact, I cringe when I try and say it. And I do apologise if Tina ever watches this. But yes, it is one of her mosaic patterns. It is overlay mosaic, which is my preferred mosaic technique. And I decided to do it because it is Christmas themed. We all know that Manfa absolutely adores Christmas. And I'm making it for myself. But by now you will know that I am not making it in traditional Christmas colours. Oh no, I have Manfa'd this thing. Now, blankets can take quite a while as it is, but with it being mosaic, they take me longer anyway because there is a lot of counting. There is a lot of making sure the stitches are going in the right place for the pattern to appear. So I do have to have some level of concentration to be able to do it. It's not hard. Mosaic is not hard if you know how to single crochet and double crochet in US terminology, then you should be able to do this. But like I said, you do need to count and you do need to make sure that you are putting your stitches in the right place for the pattern to appear. So I haven't touched this one for a little while, so you won't have seen it for a couple of weeks, but you will today. And yeah, I am absolutely loving it and enjoying it. I do enjoy the process of mosaic. It's almost like you're working and it's like emerging on your fingertips, if that makes sense. You know, like, I don't know if you guys have all experienced them, but when I was a child, I was given a colouring book or a painting book that was just the black outline of a picture, but you'd get your paintbrush wet and you'd paint the water over the picture and the colours would magically appear on the page. And that is how I feel about mosaic crochet. The pattern just appears as you build those rows up and it comes in behind, you know, the stitches that you've done. It is a really magical experience for me. I do enjoy mosaic. I know a lot of you are intimidated by it. I keep trying to persuade you all that you shouldn't be intimidated by it. It really is a nice form of crochet for me. So this is the pattern. It is a paid for pattern. I will put a link to it in my description box and a link to Tina's YouTube channel as well. It is well worth the money that I paid for it. I highly recommend it. There's a little snapshot of one of the blankets made. I think it was one of the testers that made this one. You can see quite a few of the motifs there. Absolutely stunning. This isn't traditional Christmas in my book either. So, you know, But mine is really not traditional Christmas, I can tell you. So I am using yarn from my stash. I am ploughing through quite a bit of yarn for this one, which is great because I need to eat up a lot of yarn, and you will understand why in future videos to come, because Manfa's been on a bit of a spending spree lately. I already didn't have room for any more, but I bought more anyway. So yes, I need to eat up some of my yarn, but I'm not even sorry. I don't even regret it. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that today. So I am using, for my main colour, I am using this Lusciousness from Ice. It is 45828 Baby Merino DK. This is the second pack I've had to pull from my stash. They come in packs of 6, so I've already used 6 of them, and this is my 7th that I am currently using. You can get a good look at it there. Beautiful baby pink. And with Ice, you don't get a lot of detail about it. It is, of course, made in Turkey because that is where the factory is based. Like I said, Baby Merino DK, and this one is 40% merino wool, 20% polyamide, 40% acrylic. They're 50-gram donuts. There's about 100 meters on each, so about 109 yards on each, and they recommend a 4 to 5 millimeter knitting needle. There isn't a crochet hook recommendation, but I am using my 4.5 millimeter dots. Wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. Do not iron, do not bleach. And it is beautiful. I am now keeping the yarn labels that I have used whole donuts or cakes for in the first bag of 6 that I have used all of. So there are the collection of labels I've got going on. I have used the whole first cake. I am finally on my second cake. So I'm on my second 6-pack of the Ice, and I'm on my second cake of the pattern colour that I am using. And I am using this yarn that I bought from the Knitting Network. It is Sunflower Yarns Spectrum DK. The Knitting Network do ship internationally. They are 100-gram cakes, approximately 360 meters or 394 yards, 100% acrylic, made in Turkey. Recommends 4 millimeter knitting needles. As I've said, I'm using my 4.5 millimeter dots. Machine wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. Do not iron, do not tumble, do not bleach, but it's acrylic, guys. It will be fine. This is in the colour Aquarius, and it is rainbow gorgeousness. And this is the second cake that I'm using. That's why I'm holding the end that I'm working from there. So I have just cracked into this second cake. I managed to work on this to the point where I had to add the second cake in, because that was the goal I had set for myself before I showed it to you today. So 7th donut, second cake. And I am now on a new design in the blanket. When I left off last time, I had finished the Christmas trees and I was on the Advent stars that look a bit like snowflakes as well. So I have finished the snowflake stars and I am on to the next pattern motif. Now, you can't tell at the moment what the next motif is, and I'm not actually going to tell you. I am going to leave it until the next time I've made progress for you to see that design next time. But you can see that it is underway. So here it is. I am loving it. Now that more of the rainbow colours are in it, you can see my vision a bit more. But yes, here it is. So you've got the different Christmas trees at the bottom, you've got the stars in the middle, and you've got the start of the next motif above. And I'm just going to pan across. So it has gotten much bigger since the last time. And where's my stitch marker? This is where I was last time I had shown you. So I have managed to get quite a big chunk of it done, guys. I am so pleased with how it is turning out. I am loving it. Look at those beautiful stars. And then the back, if you're not familiar with how the back of an overlay mosaic turns out, this is how it turns out. Haven't weaved in any of my yarn tails yet. But I literally had to join the cake here, the second cake here. So I've only used that much of the second cake in that one row that I joined it in. So like I said, only just a smidgy bit into the second cake, but I managed to get all of pretty much everything that you can see out of one cake of the rainbow. How fabulous is that? So I don't think I'm going to use as many of the cakes that I first imagined I would, which means that rainbow duster cardigan that I first bought that yarn, or I originally bought that yarn for, may still happen. Who knows? Who knows? That's for the future anyway. But yes, quite a bit of progress, even if I do say so myself. So yes, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25-ish rows I've put into this. Gorgeous. From here to here. Loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. And hopefully this will be done way before this year's Christmas. And hopefully it can get done so that I can get a few more of my spinny selections done before the end of the year as well. But like I said, I'm not putting stress and pressure on myself. What happens and gets done is what happens and gets done. If the spinny selections don't all get done this year, that's okay. I've got many more years ahead of me, right? So there we have it. That is my Yuletide Christmas spinny selection project for this week. So I only have one more thing to show you, and it is the other blanket that I've been working on. Now for this blanket, I have used Cinnamon Stitch's Ashley Cowl tutorial, but I have taken the multiple that she gives you, done many more multiples than what she does for the cowl, and rather than connecting it into a cowl, I'm just doing a long blanket. I hope that makes sense. And for this blanket I am using my 5mm dots. So the mosaic is the 4.5, or is that the 4? So no, I've been lying to you. I'm using a 4mm on that Christmas blanket. I do apologise, but for this one I am definitely using my 5. And I'm using the same Sunflower Spectrum yarn that I just gave you the stats for, the 394 yards DK, but this one's in the colour Zodiac. This is all I have left of my third cake. Now I want to make this blanket using all 5 cakes that I've got of this colourway, and this is the third. So last time you saw it, I was still working on the second cake, I believe. So I finished the second cake and I've put the majority of the third cake in there as well. But because that was just a little straggly leftover, this is what the cake actually looks like. Different shades of blue, and there's white and grey in there as well. Absolutely gorgeous. I will of course link Cinnamon Stitches in my description box, and I will link the tutorial for the Ashley Cowl for you as well. Here's the proof that I've put 2 whole cakes in already. This floppy scrap is the third cake, and I have 2 more left to put in. So I have really powerhoused this one and really tried to get as much done on this one. Really, I wanted to have finished the third cake to be even more wow, but I just ran out of time before I had to film. But it's okay, it won't take me very long to put that little bit of the third cake in. So here it is. I have been informed that it is more of a ripple, because a ripple is more of a rounded wave, whereas a chevron is like sharp, spiky peaks. So I am going to say this is more of a ripple. If you disagree, that's okay. Oh, I'm getting myself all tied up here, guys. Sorry. Let me put the yarn this side, because that's the end that it's attached to. And this is what it is looking like. So if I show you from the bottom, this is where I started, and I have got all of this length put in, and it is quite wide. It's not quite my wingspan, but it's the majority of my wingspan. So I am going to fold it in half so that I can show you my progress with, actually I'm going to fold it in quarters so I can show you my progress with my stitch marker. Last time you saw it, I was all the way down here, and now I am up here. So I have put in all of this in the last week. No, this is 2 weeks, sorry. All of the mosaic you saw was this week. This progress is the last 2 weeks. The week where last week where I didn't do a crochet catch up, I had done 15 more rows. But now this week we are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I did 15 last week and 10 this week. So 25 rows of progress in total. And you can see all the beautiful colours in the whole blanket with how I have folded it. So I am super happy about that. It's going to be a lovely sized baby blanket when all 5 cakes are in it. I am absolutely addicted to this pattern. That's why I focused on getting those rows of my mosaic done before I picked this one up again, because I had already put 15 rows on this one. And I'm like, no, go to your mosaic, get a good chunk of your mosaic in, try and get the first cake done, which I did. So I hit those goals. And when I had put those, when I had put that cake in and hit that goal, I then switched to this one. So this one has probably only been about 2 hours, touched for 2 hours this week, so the 10 rows. So the you know, most of my love went into the mosaic, but there has been a lot of love in this one over the 2 weeks as well. So there we go. I'm loving the blues. It is nice to have a colour palette cleanser, because I love my pink and rainbows. I will forever love my pink and rainbows. But when you're working with a colourway that isn't your absolute tip-top first choice, it makes you have love and appreciation for the other colours that are out there as well. And the Sunflower Spectrum DK from the Knitting Network is absolutely gorgeous. I will put a link to the Knitting Network's website in my description box as well. Go check them out. I'm not sponsored or affiliated. I'm not trying to enable you, but I am letting you know that if ever you do have the funds or the wanting to order from them, they do ship internationally. They have great sales all of the time. I've just filmed a yarn haul from one of their sales that you'll see later in the month that I shouldn't have bought, but I did, and I don't care. So yeah, I really do love the Knitting Network cakes, that is for sure. Colours of blues and greys, and then that beautiful bright rainbow. I mean, what isn't to love? And I've got lots of different colours of it in my stash as well. So I am eating up as much yarn as I can in these blankets. And hopefully for next week's crochet catch up, I might have made a start on a couple of new whips, so I can show you a couple of new projects. So I'll be wanting to make a good start on those, but also try if I can to get some love in these two that are ongoing as well, because the mosaic is staying with me, but the blue ripple blanket is going to be donated to the military families. My beautiful yarny friend Christina over at Bella and Janetto, she's got a wonderful channel, she's a wonderful person, go check her out, I'll link her in the description as well. She works on an American military base over in Sicily, and one of her friends approached her and said that she would like to make some hampers up for the expectant mums for when their babies arrive, and did she have any baby items that she could help for with the hampers. Christina put the call out on her channel, and I am more than happy to eat up my ridiculous amount of yarn and donate it to some gorgeous new arrivals into the world. That my yarn, my love of crochet, my makes are gonna wrap precious brand new babies with love is just filling my heart with joy, and I picked a wonderful pattern that I am addicted to do it with that one as well. Christina has said that it doesn't just have to be blankets. We've all kind of focused on the blankets, but any baby item that is appropriate for a newborn and can go into a newborn hamper would be appreciated. So she said things like burp cloths, bibs, little rattles, you know, small amigurumis, not safety eyes though, guys. Embroidered eyes, anything that is little baby outfits if you so wish, booties, whatever your heart desires that is a baby make, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be more than happy to receive. And I think once I have got these big projects, you know, nearer to completion, I might just make a few more extra baby bits and bobs to go in there, because I'm not going to be having any more babies. My kids aren't old enough to have babies themselves. My nephews are past the baby stage, and I don't currently have any friends with fresh brand new little ones. So I might just get that little baby fix in making cute little crocheted baby items, and then knowing that they're going to be used and appreciated by families that are just amazing. It would be wonderful to do that, and I don't think I've made a lot of baby stuff, so that will be really, really nice to get my teeth stuck into something a little bit different. And baby things are small, it's not going to take too long, hopefully. So yeah, that's the plan, but that's the plan a bit further down the line. But we've got all year, and it's going to be ongoing until Christina's friend says that they've got enough of a stockpile and to not accept any more. But yes, I know a few of us here on the YouTube streets are donating to this cause. But yes, those of you that are donating to the cause that maybe want a break from blankets, just remember other crocheted baby items will be welcome as well. So there we have it. That is my crochet catch up for this week. I know it was only 2 projects, but quite a bit of progress on both. In fact, 25 rows on both blankets. That's not too shabby. I'll take it. I didn't work it out that way. It just coincidentally was that way. And now I feel like I could maybe give love to something different in between these bigger projects. So yes, I hope you have had a wonderful week. I hope you have managed to get some good quality crafting time in. I am looking forward to the weekend. Currently, our children are having a 2-week vacation from school for Easter. It's Easter break. They get 2 weeks off. I'm working through the whole thing, but I have to spend some of my time actually in work, but some of my time I can work from home. So even though I have to work all of it, at least it's not all in the school. I can work from home too, so I can at least be in the same place as my children, even if I don't have the time off. So yes, that's what's currently happening here for us. When you're seeing this, Mike will have had this week off to help with the fact that it's the school holidays. and to have a break himself, although I don't think he would have had a break. He's like going to be entertaining the kids on my behalf because I'm working. But yeah, so that's what it's like here. And like I said, I hope your week has been good to you. We are having some fabulous weather at the moment, guys. We've actually had some sunshine for more than just half a day or a couple of hours. We have had quite a few days back to back with glorious sunshine, and long may it continue. We are done with the cold. We are done with the wet, miserable rain. I'm hoping this is the start of the summer to come. So fingers crossed. I hope you have a gorgeous weekend ahead. Let me know any weekend plans that you've got. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing. The boys will be with their dad. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? I'll fill you in at some point, I'm sure. Right, guys, I'm going to let you get going. I will be back next week with my usual 4 days of content. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.